Hey, Jaycee, thanks for doing this. Obvious question. How good's it feel to finally get that first takeaway and then to add a second one on top of it?
It felt good. I kind of felt it all throughout the week that I was gonna have a couple good opportunities to make plays because Auburn likes to get the ball to their best receiver, number 18. And when T-Rod gave me the task of following him, I kind of felt that I have opportunities to make plays on the ball.
Dick Cox.
Did you have extra motivation today against playing one of the top receivers in the league? And do you feel like this was maybe your best game that you've had at your career at South Carolina?
Well, for your first question, yeah, I was, excited and had motivation just because, like I said, 18, Seth Williams, he's a great player, big body, and I knew I was going to have my chances and all eyes was going to be on us. And then for your second question, what was your second question again?
Second question was, do you feel like maybe this was one of your best games at University of South Carolina in your career?
Yes, statistically, yes. But I really feel like I've been playing good football. It's just I haven't really had many opportunities to make plays on the ball, maybe 1 or 2 targets a game. And today I just got a lot of targets. So I'm just blessed to be able to make plays on those balls.
Gene Sepikoff.
Jaycee, could you see Nix and Williams getting frustrated out there on the field? And I see you have a football there with you. Where's that going?
Man, I'm gonna walk around with that football all day. Might give it to my family after the day over with. But I knew Bo Nix wanted to get the ball to 18. If I was a quarterback, I would too. He's a great player. And when I seen him giving them little hand signals, I knew the ball was coming. So I was just trying to take away the fade ball and make him beat me with everything else inside. And that was a job I did, and it played out in our favor.
John Del Bianco.
Without Izzy and Cam down too, can you just talk about how big of a job it was for John to step up and play as many snaps as he did against Schwartz, who isn't an easy cover as well?
Exactly. I think that was probably the most he was probably the most underrated player today, just because Anthony Schwartz is a big time receiver, 4.2 guy, and John got out there and I don't even remember him giving up a catch, maybe one. And I always had confidence in him, and like you said, missing out on Cam and Izzy, those 2 good players also. So I just went to John before the game and told him, bro, we're gonna have to ball today. Ain't no coming out the game. We just gotta play all the plays and play it to the best of our ability.
Hill McGranahan.
No, obviously you can't spend too much time watching Kier when he's down there mixing up on the line, but what did it mean to y'all as a defense getting him back out there today?
It meant a lot. I always knew Kier had that in him. It was just I just knew he was gonna have to show up big one of these games, and he did today. He's one of the guys I'm closest to off the field, so it feels a little bit better seeing him after all he went through these last 2 years, having a big game like this, and I'm super proud of him.
Josh Kendall.
Hey, Jaycee, a couple of things. First of all, how rare is it for you to have that type of matchup like you did today in terms of following one guy around the field almost exclusively? How much have you done that in your career here? I
did it a little bit, but teams do a good job of seeing that, and then either putting a guy in the slot or hiding him and motioning him. So today I went to John and told him that just wherever 18 go, I'm gonna follow him and you go to the other side. That's why you can see on some of the plays we was late lining up, both of us. But yeah, it was. I'm glad T-Rob gave me the chance. He basically just told me go out there and lock him up, and I was able to do that.
And is this the busiest you've ever been on the collegiate level in terms of number of targets?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, that's why I really don't feel like it was my best game. Statistically, yes, but I feel like I played better ball. It's just the ball don't get thrown my way too many times. And today I had a lot of targets, so I'm glad Bo Nix threw it at me a lot today.
Pete Acabelli.
Jaycee, a couple things you told us last week, or you told us the other day that after the Vanderbilt game, some people were getting on you saying, "Hey, when are you going to get that first interception?" Are you happy that talk is over? Do you have any message for them? And how close did you feel to getting in the end zone on that second pick of yours?
Yeah, but the first question, man, I really ain't paid too much attention. I heard a lot of people saying I ain't have no ball skills, which is crazy to me. But I just knew a day would come where I have a lot of opportunities to make plays. And then for your second question, I should have took that to the crib. He had hit me low. I wish I would have hurdled him and got in the end zone. It would have made the pick a little better.
Cam Gaskins.
Hey, Jaycee, last year we saw Israel have a big 3-interception game against Georgia. You doing it today against a ranked team. What is it about these big-time matchups against ranked SEC opponents that brings out the best in you guys?
I really just feel like it all goes back to opportunity. Georgia game, he had a lot of opportunities to make plays, and that's what he did. And today I had my opportunities. But I was picking at him on the sideline, telling him, "Hey, I'm about to have an Israel game 2.0. I'm trying to get one more." But I'm glad we both had big games. I mean, big plays and big games.
Michael Lanetta.
You were talking about how you don't always get targets. You don't always get balls thrown your way. Does that ever get frustrating for you? Do you wish you had more thrown your way, or do you take that as a compliment that quarterbacks don't even want to throw in your direction?
It's frustrating, but I'm kind of learning to live with it. And like y'all mentioned earlier, just hearing a lot of people, put me under the radar and so quick to say I don't have ball skills, and I get maybe 1 or 2 opportunities a game. And I just knew when the game came that, I got the chance to follow a big time receiver, and I know that quarterback has to go to them if they want to win. I just always told myself, make the play when it comes to you.
Time for 2 more, Dick, and then John Whittle. Dick Cox.
How good does it feel defensively being on the field with the chance to seal the win at the end and then coming through and not letting them score with a chance to tie the game?
It felt extremely good, when we were on the sideline and the offense had the ball. A lot of guys were thinking we probably want to hit the field. And I just kept telling, mainly the secondary, just put it in y'all head that we're going to have to go back out there to win the game. Don't get comfortable and just put it in your head we're going to have to win the game. And, I think the secondary, we gave up a little bit on that last drive, but we tightened up when they got in the red zone. And like Coach Muschamp says, that's what win ball games, playing good red zone defense.
Last question goes to John Whittle.
Yeah, any win is obviously important. Vanderbilt was a little bit outmatched last week, but what can a win like this over a top 15 team do for team morale, for momentum, for just getting positive vibes back in there and continuing them from last week?
I think it can go 1 or 2 ways. I feel like we can't get too high or too low. We got another big time matchup next week of last year's national champions. So either we can keep it rolling, or we can praise too much, live too much on this game and go out there and lay an egg. But I think we're gonna focus up, practice hard this week, and go to Baton Rouge ready to play.
All right, thank you, Jaycee.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.